Second. Madole now is coming to the plate. Madole will be playing left field. That's Noah Madole playing left field today. Rips it into left field. So Noah Madole gets on with a base hit. So Irvine Valley. So up early, Madole gets on over first, son of the coach here at Irvine Valley. Kudell now playing first base for the Lasers. It's up the bat. Kudell takes that down low. Looks over the batter box. So Haggerty grounds out to second. Madole gets a base hit right down the third base side. And Kudell now is over up at the plate. Irvine Valley starting things off in today's game. Cypress in the mix with everybody else. Tell you what, it looks like a big cake batter going on in the OEC. No outstanding ingredient yet. A little butter, a little milk, little eggs, Albert Robles, a little bit of everything so far. Kudell, big lefty, takes that outside. Kudell out of Irvine High School. Playing for the Lasers, who stand at home at the community college level. Takes that high. Three no count. Walks him. So, to the first three, get on. Dole moves over to second. So 388 hitter, 2 runners on, 1 out here in the top of the first for the Lasers. So far, Andrew Coaten have a little problem finding home plate for the Cypress Chargers. 2 on, 1 out. Talley takes it down the first baseline. That's going to be fair, just inside the line. 1 run in for the Lasers. With a stand-up double and a big RBI. So he takes that the other direction. Just inside the first baseline. And the Lasers are on the board. That brings up Carey. Shane Carey playing third base for the Lasers today. So a little conversation on the mound already. As the Lasers on this overcast day, well, they're already hot. They said, hey, the weather doesn't bother us. Let's just go get going. We'll make it a little humid. We'll start a little heat going on. Old guy behind us in the dugout, we'll make him uncomfortable. He's got a long sleeve shirt on, so we'll make it a little warmer out here. The young man with him who's got a lot of gray in his beard is getting old just standing there. Shane Carey at the plate. So the Lasers hitting the ball to start things off in this game. Takes the pitch down low. Plate moving. Not staying in one spot for the Cypress Chargers.
And coaching for the Chargers seemed to be off to a nice quick start by getting that quick ground out to Haggerty. Then the next three Irvine Valley Laser hitters got on base. With that most recent double from Talkinson, the catcher for the Lasers.
Carey batting .303 this season, 15 RBIs. Second on the team in RBIs. On base percentage, .421. Slugging percentage, .384. But he has the tendency to strike out for this Laser team. 1-1 count, 1 out, 2 on. Fouls it off his foot. Foul ball. Albert, we can't say the ball carries well in this ballpark. We've seen it with the games we've done recently.
Absolutely, and you can probably expect more of the same today as the wind is always gusting from this field. Currently gusting out right away to straightaway center.
And the last time we were here when it was straightaway center, the ball carried well to center field. There were some that were hit, that were shots, but other ones that just sort of butterflied their way across the fence.
Absolutely. Hopefully, the ball will be flying in favor of the Chargers today. We know Luke Honicle out in center field has terrific range for the Chargers, so hopefully, if any ball does carry, he'll be able to wrangle them in.
1 out, 1 in, 2 on. Low.
Count evens up 2-2 to Shane Carey.
We'll set that defensive lineup. Chargers in. So if it's hit to an infielder, they'll look to run her back, or they will go home with the ball. They've given up 1. They don't want to give up too many in this first inning. Down the middle. And there's what we talked about with Carey.
Carey goes down looking.
Yeah. 2 down. Revelis now coming up. He's the designated player. The defense will set that for the Chargers in a second. Revelis, another lefty up there. Revelis has a chance to knock in a couple. Swings at that one. So the first batter that has been behind at an at-bat for the Lasers in this game. Holden is catching. Carliner over at first. Hakopian at second. Rosales at short. Leifer over at third. Revelis hits it to short. Crazy hot! Oh, the clowns are here. And decided to say, look at this magic.
That ball just looked to take a crazy hop right off that pebble. Edgar Rosales pretty much had a good beat on it, and then it just careened right off his glove. Had to range up a little bit. And now Irvine Valley drives in 2 and has another runner on first with 2 out.
So they've got 3 altogether. And that was classified as an error.
I don't know if I agree with that.
So that's what they gave. And that one just goes to Eddie Hakopian, who just makes a quick catch on it. But Albert, not before 3 lasers get on the board. 3 runs on 3 hits, 1 error, and 1 left on base. As we head to the bottom of the first, it's Irvine Valley 3, Cypress coming to the plate. Let's all set that defense for Irvine Valley, or Albert, I'll let you set that defense for Irvine Valley.
So behind the plate for Irvine Valley Laser is going to be number 18, Connor Tollickson. Hopefully I got that right. First base, it's going to be number 25, Casey Cadell. At second, number 14, Tyler Cayetano. Number 9 at short, Nick Madole. At third, of course, number 5, Shane Carey. And left, got number 7, Noah Madole. Out in center, number 1, Joey Lapola. And then who had led off at the top of the first for the Irvine Valley Lasers, number 11, Jack Haggerty.
So Cypress down quickly. It'll be Hakopian, Honickel, and Harris, the first 3 up. You've seen these guys bat before, Albert. Those first 3 that are coming up. When you look at Hakopian, Honickel, and Harris, 3 starters that should be able to get some runs for them. So we'll see what happens here.
And on the mound for the Lasers is number 23, Jeremy Weigman, freshman out of Huntington Beach.
The Lasers 13-13 overall, 2-7 in conference. So it's been an interesting season for them. A team ERA of 5.43. And Wiseman, really one of the better pitchers on their staff with an ERA of 3.51. So we'll see if he can hold everybody down.
Not a terrible ERA, not a great ERA, but like a respectable ERA for a starting pitcher. Leading off in the bottom of the first is going to be number 10, Eddie Hakopian, who made the last out in the top of the first. Or recorded the last out.
Takes that first one.
Wagman finds a lower corner for strike 1. Little chopper down the left field line, gets past shortstop and into left field, so Hakopian gets on base and takes a big turn around first.
Albert, we look at that infield right now. I tell you what, that's playing like a hard-packed infield. We saw a shot at short that took a kangaroo hop, and the one that Hakopian hit had a lot of overspin on it, but that thing really bounced when it hit the turf. Doesn't look like a rain last night here in Cypress.
Yeah, the dirt has a lot of hard give right now. Up at the plate now, Luke Honickel playing center for your Chargers. Another shot goes right over the third baseman for Irvine Valley. Also goes out in left field. Quickly roped in by Madole. It's going to keep the runner on second, so runners on first and second quickly here in the bottom of the first.
Honickel increasing that batting average at 382. I think they heard us when we said, hey, the ground is packed. They're taking advantage of that hard ground. Brendan Harris batting .422. Designated player.
And that's a deep shot to center. Going back to the track is Lapola, who wrangles it in. And tagging up as Hakopian makes his way over to third. Runner stays on first.
So Albert, you had talked about it with the wind being out here. Last time you and I were out here, when somebody hit a shot like that, the wind carried it further. Right now, it doesn't look like it's doing that.
Yeah, it looks like the wind has shifted a little bit. It was blowing out to dead center. Now it seems to be blowing from right to left center a little bit. So it didn't quite have that carry that you typically see here at Cypress College. So there's Noah Carliner, first baseman for your Chargers. Rips one down left field line. In play, going to be an easy double for Carliner. One run will score, and the runner will hold up at third. Honickel given the stop sign right at third. Would have had a good chance to score, but the relay had already found the infielder. Most likely would have been thrown out at the plate. So one run on the board for the Chargers here, courtesy of the double by Noah Carliner. Here's number 33, Peter Worth, for the Chargers. Fouled back and away.
So everybody's seen the ball well so far in this game, Albert. I tell you what, these have been shots. These have not been bloops.
Rocket past the second baseman, Cayetano. That's going to score another two. Carliner play at the plate. Beats it, slides under the tag, and we are now tied 3-3. So Cotin for the Chargers look to have a little bit of a rough first half at the top of the first inning, but the Chargers seem to be picking him up right now as they have 4 hits and 3 runs already on Wagman here in the bottom of the third. Here's Dean Toigo, right fielder for the Chargers. He takes a look at strike one. Toigo has a little bit of a awkward stance, not quite wide, just like a very elongated and narrow batting stance.
Yeah, real erect at the plate.
But what's nice is that he has a very quick and effective short swing, gets his hands quickly to the ball, able to turn on most pitches. That ball out of the zone for ball one. 1-1 the count.
Dean batting .257. On base percentage .385. Slugging percentage of .432.
Swings through strike two. So tight. So Wagman gets ahead of Toigo here. 1-2, 1 out. Runner on first base. Little chopper right back to Wagman. Records you out at second. Runner advances. So Peter Wirtz still at second. He's going to bring up the shortstop, Edgar Rosales. Hoping to make a little magic here with 2 out at the bottom of the first. Right at second, played off the hop. Throw beats it in time.
So Madole makes a really nice play over at short because he gets in front of the ball. Albert, when you get in front of the ball, you can knock it down and make that throw, and that's what he did to get him out of the jam.
Yeah, very dangerous too. Like he was able to play it just off the short hop. If you don't play that just right, that ball's getting past you, going right into the outfield.
Yeah, he kept it in front of his body. So 3 runs on 4 hits for the Chargers. And, well, you know what? I started the game off doing play-by-play. You finished the first inning, and it's like it was just practice time. So Albert Robles will be bringing the rest of the game as the play-by-play announcer here on Sportsnet, USA.net, where the Chargers and the Lasers are all tied up at 3.
Yeah, so Cotin will continue going back to work here, doing work in the top of the second after giving up 3 runs in the top of the first. We'll look to put up a 0 here. Setting up the defense for the Chargers behind the plate, it's going to be number 9, Matt Leiden.
Olden. I didn't write the O real well.
Is
That's my
Olden.
fault, yeah.
At first, number 28, Noah Carliner. Second base is going to be Eddie Hakopian, number 10. At short, Edgar Rosales. At third, Cade Leifer. In left field is going to be 33, Peter Worth. In center, of course, is Luke Honicle. In right, Dean Toigo. And, of course, on the mound is Cotin. So it's going to be Joey Lapola, center field for Irvine Valley, leading off here in the top of the second. Lapola batting .279 so far on the season. Just outside, ball 1 from Andrew Cotin. Little grounder towards third. Leifer stays with it and throws him out at first. A lot of ground balls going towards the left side of the field. But Cade Leifer stayed with that one after a small little bobble and still manages to record the out.
Yeah, again, when you're fundamentally sound in an infield position, you get your body in front of the ball, knock the ball down, take your time. Don't worry about if you drop it or not. Look up, throw to first. Don't look for the runner. Just field the ball and throw it out.
Here's Caetano now up at the plate. Drills right up the hole between second and short out into center. So Caetano with a quick base hit. Reaching the top of the order here again. At least designated player, Jack Haggerty.
Haggerty grounded out to second his first time up.
Andrew Cotin looking for the sign. Caetano, nice big leadoff. And the dirt ball 1. Caetano runs, little grounder, finds a hole right past Edgar Rosales. But unfortunately for the Chargers, Peter Worth right there to back up the ball. So Caetano only advances as far as second base. So 2 on, 1 out.
And that happened for the simple reason that when you look at the runner over at first base, he makes a move like he's going to go, Caetano, and that pulls your shortstop away from the position he's normally at. So Rosales went over to cover second base, and that's why you could put the ball where he wasn't.
Rosales fields that one and records a double play. So 6-4-3 double play to end the inning.
So a couple hits in that inning there. No runs, a couple hits, no errors, and 1 left on base. And Albert, right now we're sitting there at 3. Looked like the first inning was going to be that runaway inning, and now you look at what's going on. Everybody has sort of settled down on a nice afternoon here at Cypress College on SportsNetUSA.net.
Andrew Cotin being backed up by his defense there. Could have been another dangerous inning if Rosales doesn't come up with that double play, but luckily he does. So we remain tied going into the bottom of the second.
Don't forget later on this week, softball. Ed Ford, Albert Robles, myself. Yeah, we're heading for Cerritos College. We're going to be there on Thursday and Friday. Thursday, we get to see Mount Sac again take on Cerritos College. And then Friday, doubleheader with Ventura. here on SportsNetUSA.net. So a little softball, not far away down the road. Albert Robles, Ed Ford, and I don't know, maybe about 16,000 people in the stands.
Sounds about right.
You know, my estimate, that's a good estimation,
Yeah.
16,000.
Draw the big numbers.
Might as well.
Now batting, number 9.
So leading off for the Chargers here is going to be Matt Olden. Swings through that one for the first strike. So it's going to be Olden, Nico Alex, and then the top again.
Well, I'm going to have to check that. That's what they gave me.
Yeah, that seems a little off. So Olden had swung at strike 2, takes a high ball, 1-2. Way inside, just misses Olden, 2-2.
That'll be Cade Leafer on deck.
Pop up down the left field side. Staying with it is Shane Carey to record the out. So Cade Leafer will bat now.
Good third baseman for Cypress College.
So it'll be Leafer and then Hakopian. Wagman's first pitch to Leafer, doesn't find the zone, but finds the zone on that one. 1-1 now. Leafer batting .288. Drills one into center, staying with it is LaPola. Maybe about 10 feet in front of the track, that ball dies. 2 down for the Chargers as Hakopian comes up to the plate.
Got a single his first time up in the first inning. I like how his pants are dirty before the game even starts.
Takes a high ball above the letters.
Like he walked up the plate. They'd all just been practicing. He walks up there covered in dirt.
Playing hard in the warm-ups, takes strike 1 right down the middle. Fouled back, 1-2.
Good cut. One of the players that wears that little thing on their left arm, just in case a pitch comes in and nails them in the elbow.
Yeah, with a lot of the different repertoire that pitchers can have, it's always better to err on the side of caution and have as much protection as you can without hindering your swing. Hakopian gets jammed on that one, sends one foul past first base. Count remains 2-2.
action down in Cypress bullpen already early in this game.
Copian hits that one right back up the middle, right past Caetano.
Well, that was a muscle job, to say the least. He gets jammed on it, and he fights it off. And because of the strength that he's got and that level swing that he's got, he's able to take it back up the middle. So a very good at-bat for him. Not style points, but strength points get him that base hit.
Yeah, Copian really showing why he's good at the plate, making those adjustments against Wagman as Luke Honicle comes up. First pitch in the dirt. But Tollefson stays with it. Swings through another.
Albert, his pitches look like they drop quickly, because that pitch from where we're at, we get a side view of home plate. It looked like it dropped immediately when it got to the plate.
Yeah, definitely caught Luke Honicle off guard. We'll see if he's able to make the adjustments that Hakopian was able to make just a moment ago. Strike two finds the outside corner. So 1-2 our count to Honicle. Copian leads off first, runs back as Wagman steps off the bag. Copian was running off and is ruled safe at second. So
nice slide to the outside of the bag. The ball actually ends up short of second base, and it's a quick little tag there, but because he goes to the outside of the bag, the ball is behind the runner sliding in there. Nice move on stealing second base.
Excellent slide by Hakopian, because that throw definitely beat him, but he was able to do an outside swim move to beat the tag. Another ball in the dirt. Full count now to Luke Honicle. So Wagman was able to get the first two out quite quickly, and Hakopian was able to muscle one right up the middle to get on first.
Goodell back deep at first base for the Lasers.
And Honicle looks at ball four. So again, after getting the first two out, allows a single up the middle, stolen base for Hakopian, and then walks Honicle. So two out, but two on. Runners on first and second, and Brandon Harris comes up.
The first two batters for Cypress today are perfect in 2 innings.
Harris looks that one down the middle. First strike. Wagman shakes runner at second, delivers, fouled back.
Power swing. Nothing, that's not a single swing. That's a power swing. He comes rocking out of the batter box and says, okay, maybe I'll overswing a little. Let's see if he shortens it.
We'll see what adjustments Harris can make as he's down 0-2. Wagman delivers, throws one in the dirt, like 3 feet in front of the plate. Now I know Wagman was trying to get him to chase on that one, but I don't think any hitter of any caliber would have chased that. And swings on that one. So Harris goes down swinging to end the inning, and Wagman does put up his zeros after allowing a single and a walk to the Chargers after recording the first two out.
So we're all knotted at 3. Well, it looked like we started that first inning. It was going to be, wow, it's going to be a long day. 3 here, 3 there, 3 here, 3 there, you know. But everybody settled down. Now in that second inning, top and the bottom, we'll see if that continues for the next 7 innings.
Definitely a hot offensive start for both teams. It wasn't going to be a home run derby. It was definitely looked like it was going to be a hitting exposition nonetheless. But both pitchers, Wagman and Andrew Coten, for their respective teams, settled down, put up zeros in both the top of the second and bottom of the second. So now the top of the third, Andrew Coten will continue working, hoping to put up another zero yet again for the Chargers.
You know, the thing that's interesting, you look at this field, 335 down the right field line, 332 down the left field line, 386 to the power alley in left center. The field must drain really well because I had a lot of rain at Anaheim. I don't know about at your house last night, but I had a lot of rain. You come
Absolutely.
out here, it doesn't even look like there was any rain on this infield.
There are definitely areas outside the facilities where you can tell there definitely was a lot of rain, but Cypress clearly likes to take care of their facility here. So Casey Kudell leading off the top of the third. Takes first pitch low, ball 1.
Walked his first time up, Albert. He was basically the catalyst to keep that rally going.
Called strike on the inside corner, 1-1. So Cadell with that walk is a perfect 0 today. As we all know, a walk does not count as an at-bat.
You know how many people you could insult if you looked at him and said you're a perfect 0?
But his on-base percentage, 1,000. Deep fly ball to left field. Peter Worth tracks it down. So quick first out for the Lasers here. It's going to bring up Connor Tallickson now. Little chopper to short. Rosales reels it in, throws it to first. Second out.
And I'm going to give Rosales a great deal of credit on that because he had a ball that just wickedly went over his head in the first inning because of this hard infield. He came in, Albert, nonchalanted that one, and didn't let the previous play bother him on making this defensive play. Very soft hands at shortstop for Rosales.
Yeah, little lining grounder. Stays with it. That's going to be a line out to left field. So Shane Carey, first pitch swinging, lines out to left. So down go the Irvine Valley College Lasers, 1, 2, 3 at the top of the third. To the bottom of the third we go, all knotted up, 3-3.
You look at Cypress College here, 5 state championships, 1991, 1994, 1997, 2003, and 2013. And of course, we always talk about Brad Pickler, but that's because of Scott Pickler. So the Pickler brothers, you add them all together, 14 state championships between them, which is amazing. And when you think that they had 11 Final Four appearances in the Community College World Series, that's impressive to say the least when you think of community college softball. And you can look around at some of the players that have played here and you just go, no wonder they did as well as they did. Some great players that played great college ball at the next level and then went on to play in the professional level.
Absolutely, and Cypress is very much one to laud those players. And you can see them forever glorified out in the left field wall.
Well, Mr. Carliner, who started everything off with the show parade in that first inning, we'll see what he can do to start off the bottom of the third.
Carliner, of course, playing first base for the Chargers. As Wagman sets. Huge pop fly will fall out of play for strike one.
Cypress 13-12 overall, 5-4 in conference right now in the OEC. Nobody's running away with the OEC, so they're in the mix of things.
Second pitch is way above the letters for ball one. Pitch, same location, same result, ball two. So 2-1 to Carliner here. So we're in the bottom of the third. Deep fly ball way out of play down the left field line. Big strike number two. So 2-2 to Carliner. Fouls one back again. Carliner making Wagman work a little here. And looks at strike three.
Now batting, number 33, Peter Worth.
So with Carliner striking out, that's going to bring up Peter Worth, left fielder for the Chargers. On deck is going to be Dean Toigo. Worth try to check his swing, but umpire says, you went, strike one.
It's a good model pose. You know, they just sort of stand there. That's when you take a shot with the camera.
It's like, nope, didn't swing. See it right here? Sorry, doesn't quite cut it. Takes one high at the letters, ball one. Low, but finds the corner, strike two to Peter Worth.
So pitching is settled down after a rocky first inning for both these staffs.
Yeah, both defenses clearly know how this infield is going to play. And Worth, unable to check his swing again, goes down, swinging. So back-to-back strikeouts to start off this bottom of the third for Wagman here.
It's now 3 in a row for him because he ended the second with a strikeout, starts off this one with 2, so now he's on a roll.
Here's Dean Twigo. He looks at strike one. So Jeremy Wagman for Irvine Valley finding his groove out there on the mound. Twigo swings at that one, no connection. 0-2. Little brushback pitch. Toigo with a protection swing, chops that one down first baseline, foul.
And Albert, if you watch Togo in the box, he'll set his feet apart about 2.5 feet. Then he'll take his front foot, bring it back to his back foot, and offset it about 6 inches away from it. And opens up his hips just before he swings.
Little comebacker goes off the glove of Wagman. Fielded by Caetano, but unable to record the out. So Toigo will get on base.
And I don't care what the official scorekeeper says, I'm calling that one an error.
Even
I
on
know
that sharp
I
comebacker?
know they're not, but I'm going to call that an error. No doubt about it. Goes through the webbing of your pitching glove. You're sitting there, you got your glove in the right position, you're in the right position, you should make the play.
I don't know. If it was like a slow chopper and you don't come up with it, maybe. But for something that was hit that sharply, it's really hard to make that play.
No, not if you're in the right body position. A lot of pitchers don't follow through properly anymore. Because if you watch the young man on the mound, and it's just old school guy here, you're supposed to land with your body open, ready to field the ball after you pitch. He overstrides just a little, and so he turns his body when he gets done throwing to the left. That's just something that has happened through the years for young pitchers and how they're taught to pitch.
So Toigo dancing off of first. Draws a throw over. It's Edgar Rosales at the plate, who grounded Wood down the first base line for the first strike. Looked at one on the corner, strike two, and fouls one back, so he's still down in the hole 0-2 to Jeremy Wagman. He drills that one down to right field. Staying with it is Jack Haggerty to record the out and end the inning. So Wagman had a great start to that bottom of the third by striking out the first two hitters. Gives a base hit to Toigo, and then gets Rosales to fly out to right field to end the inning.
I feel like I'm living with the ghost of Corey Nalen. Base hit. I mean, I was nice during the softball games. All of a sudden I realized, I know that SIDs and ADs, they want to pump up the numbers of their team, take away from the numbers of the other team. I've sat in too many games on the D1 level for baseball and softball with Scott Beck, some of my other partners in the past, and we've just looked at each other and said, come on, man. Come on, man. It's just that thing. I know if Corey Nalen was here, he'd have said, oh, yeah, hit. Could hit in somebody's glove and drop out, and both you guys would give him a base hit.
But it all depends on the manner on how it's fielded. But in any case, that was still the official recording. So that's why I said it wasn't an active effort to disagree, even though you're wrong. Yeah. But,
Doesn't mean it's correct. It's just official. Good ball game so far by both these teams. Really, Albert, when I saw the first inning, I thought, boy, this is going to be a long, and it has really turned into an excellent ball game through three.
So Andrew Coton going into his fourth inning of work here for the Cypress Chargers. So here's Adrian Velas leading off for the Lasers. Looks at strike one. Second pitch just low out of the zone. Pitch three just outside, so 2-1 to Adrian Velas, hitting .263 this year.
Now the official scorekeeper gave him not a base hit, but a base on with an error on a wicked shot to short where the ball took a wicked hop on Edgar Rosales for Cypress. I in turn said no, it was one of those ones that was never touched.
So Vallis works the count and draws the walk.
You guys, I would have given Tony Kubik an error when the ball hit him in the throat when he played for the Yankees, because he goes down in pain and can barely breathe.
So here's a shortstop for Irvine Valley, Nick Madole. Looking over to his third base coach. Gets his sign. So Vallis takes the lead off of first. First pitch just misses his own.
A lot of Madoles on this team.
2 Madoles.
Let's go, Nico. Come on, baby. Hey, get to work right here, right now, 9.
So Vallis draws the throw over, gets back in time.
Let's go, baby.
Coaten throws another in the dirt. 2-0 to Nick Madole.
Let's go, baby. Right now, Nico. Let's go, Nick. Come on, baby.
Fouls that one back, 2-1.
Hey, right here, right now. Let's go, Nico. Come on, baby.
So after grooving through the previous 2 innings, Andrew Coaten seems to be struggling here a little bit, having trouble a little finding the zone. As he walked Vallis and is now down 2-1 to Nick Madole. Throws over again, not in time. Coaten trying to keep the runner honest.
Let's go, Nico. Come on, baby.
See, there's actually 3 Madoles on that roster. Got to count the man who's the coach of the team.
Let's go, Nick. Come on, baby.
So Coaten finds the zone for strike 2.
Let's go, Nico. Come on, baby. Come on, here we go, man. 3-1. Let's go, Nico. Come on, baby.
Next pitch just misses low, ball 3. So after walking the leadoff batter, Nick Madole has now worked the count full.
Come on, baby. Come on, Nick.
Rudder takes off. Madole strikes out swinging. And a strike him out, throw him out as Vallis is caught running at second.
Let's go, Joey. Come on, baby. Hey, right here, right now, Joey. Come on, baby. Hey, jump on some, Joey. Let's go.
So after allowing the leadoff walk, we get to strike him out, throw him out. So 2 outs now for Irvine Valley as Joey LaPola comes up to the plate. He takes first pitch low, ball 1.
Come on, Joey. Let's go, baby. Get you something good. Hey, jump on some, Joey. Come on, baby. Hey, right now, Joey. Come on, Joey. All right, come on, baby. Let's go.
swings through that for strike one.
So it looks like the hitters have become more free swinging as this game has gone on. Where when it started off, Albert, they were a little more smaller swings and just trying to get the base hit. Now it looks like they're really trying to just overhit the ball.
Definitely a little more patient at the plate, less attacking early on in the count. But when they are swinging, they're swinging to make big time contact. Waylo outside the zone, 3-1 to LaPola. Protecting the plate, fouls that one back. 3-2 to the laser center fielder.
Hey, jump on something, Joey. Come on, baby. Right here, right now, Joey.
Got a little bit of battle here at this at bat for LaPola. He fouls another one back.
See, this is where you set up a stand that tells you about an insurance agency right next to a baseball field with all those foul balls.
And Coton finds the back of the letters of LaPola as he hits him to put him on.
I love that sound. I mean, the best way you can really hear it is you go to the market, you take a watermelon, you start thumping that watermelon to see if they're fresh. You get that sound of that fresh watermelon. That's like getting hit by a fastball.
So here's Tyler Caetano. Coton starting off with some off speed there. As Caetano looks that in for strike one. Nice little change up there. Next pitch just misses.
That's a great lead. Hey, right here, right now, Tyler. Let's go, baby. Hey, got you some good, Tyler. Let's go. Hey, right here, right now, 1-4. Come on, baby.
Another changeup just misses. 2-1 the count to Tyler Caetano. On deck is the top of the order and Jack Haggerty. Looks at strike two.
I call on that pitch. A little surprised. Umpire hasn't been giving that high pitch during this game.
Coton has had some luck with the corners, but hasn't had that high strike call just yet. Runner goes, fouled. Ooh, a little looping single, finds some fair ground. Just over the head of Noah Carliner.
So thank you for the excuse me base hit. You know, like they always say, you look at my scorebook, it was a solid single. May not have looked like it when we were watching it, but.
So LaPola was running on that pitch. Luckily, he read that one fairly well since the ball dropped where it did. Even though it was very shallow, he still manages to wind up at third. So very smart base running on the part of LaPola.
Well, with 2 outs, you know the old adage, look for your third base coach.
So here's Jack Haggerty. Walked in his first at-bat and singled in his second. So he's 1 for 1 and lines one straight to Hakopian, who ranges to his left to record the out. So Andrew Coton getting some help from his defense to put up another 0.
Well, we talked about the OEC and what's going on it right now. When you look at the standings of the OEC, Saddleback is 6-3 in the OEC. Riverside 6-3. Fullerton College 6-3. So those three teams are tied for first. Saddleback 19-7 overall. Riverside 17-8. Fullerton 18-10. All 6-3 in conference. And Santa Ana is 5-4, 25-1 outside altogether. And then Cypress is 5-4. So you've got 6-3 in first, 5-4 in second. Cypress is one of those teams, and then Orange Coast College is 4-5. So like I said, it's basically a cake batter going on right now, and we'll see who's got the magic ingredient to finally get to the top, because it's going to be that one error, that one miscue that's going to give somebody the OEC title.
So leading off for the Chargers, it's going to be Matt Olden.
Popped out to third his first time up.
Wagman's first pitch to Olden, just outside, ball 1. Finds a zone on that one, low strike. Two and one now to Matt Olden. Last pitch almost in the dirt, but saved by Tollickson. Drilled up the middle, just past the diving glove of Tyler Caetano. So Matt Olden with a sharp single up the middle to start off the bottom of the 4th. So Caetano made some excellent range to his right, but the ball just skirts past his glove. That brings up third baseman Cade Leifer. Olden draws to throw it first, not in time. And Olden fouls one back down third base line. Wagman checks the runner at first, throws over, not in time. Little pop fly down the first base line. Wrangled in by Cadell. We'll get to the top of the order. And Hakopian. He's 2 for 2 today so far. 2 singles and a stolen base. Rips that one down third base line, goes foul. So Copian saw something that he liked, but swings a little early timing-wise. Wagman checks the runner back, throws over, but not in time. Low pitch draws the chase from Hakopian. Now down 0-2 with one out, runner on first. Just outside, 2-2. So Hakopian, a 400 hitter this season. Looking for something he likes. As Wagman checks the runner once again. So Olden doesn't seem like he has much legs, but he definitely has the attention of Jeremy Wagman out there on the mound. Little chopper up the middle. Fielded by Caetano. Records he out at second. Madol unable to make the throw in time over at first. So fielder's choice over to second, and Hakopian is now at first. So here's Honkel, 1 for 1 with a walk. Big fly ball down the left field line. Gonna land out of play.
You know, for a big ballpark, it really isn't spacious on the foul areas. Or do you think it's spacious in the foul areas?
A little bit on the third base side.
Okay.
Like there's like a little bit of like a wedge there to work with. But definitely the foul territory runs short, as like with the wind will carry it right out. So there's really not a whole lot of room to play with, even with the big foul territory.
Something you should always realize if you're a hitter, because you can change your swing. If you're somebody that overswings and fouls it off a lot, you know, you're probably not going to foul out.
Honkel shows bunt. Draws the ball. So 1-1 to Honkel with Hakopian on first. And now Hakopian does have some wheels, as he did steal a bag in the second. Just up the middle, off the glove of Hakopian. But Madol with the save up the middle and records the out at second. So that's a 1-6 putout. So after 4, our score is Chargers 3, Lasers 3 as we head to the top of the 5th.
So we have a new pitcher for Cypress on the mound. Diaz comes out there, and of course we saw a possible bunt attempt, and I find it funny. Baseball has forsaken the bunt, where last week Brad Pickler, the head coach for the 9-time state championship team in softball here at Cypress, dropped 5 consecutive bunts against Fullerton College. 5 consecutive bunts. And got runs off of those because they can bunt over on the other side of the field. The ladies know how to bunt. On this side of the field, it's an art that has disappeared. And for you being a Dodger fan who had probably one of the greatest bunters of all time on your team in Maury Wills, I really find it disappointing that they have gotten rid of the bunting aspect of the game.
Yeah, the bunt has definitely gone the way of the dodo a little bit, as a lot of the analytics that goes into hitting has definitely put an emphasis on launch angle and power hitting in that fashion.
I mean, if you have speed, Mike Socia, when he ran a team here in the Orange County area, he played small ball. Dusty Baker, when he was in Northern California, would use the bunts. Rod Carew, resident in Orange County, the Carew Classic, which we have done for years here on sports.usa.net, one of the better bunters when he was with the Twins and the California Angels.
So Sebastian Diaz on the mound now for the Chargers. ERA of 6.14.
Hey, get you something good, Moose. Right here, right now, baby.
2 wins, no losses. Over 9 appearances for Diaz.
See, coach over there, third base box, said this is how you stop a chopper. Went down on his knees, knocked it down, could have picked it up, thrown out the runner.
So with that foul, quick first strike here to the leadoff hitter.
Come on, Moose. Come now. Yeah, Moose.
And that makes contact on the hitter himself, so Noah Madole gets on base.
There you go, Case. Right here, right now, Casey. Let's go, baby. Home 2-5. Jump us up, Casey. Let's go. Let's go, Casey. Right here, right now, 2-5. Come on, baby. Hey, we gotta keep down. Let's go, 2-5. Let's go, Casey. Let's go.
So here's Casey Kudell.
Let's go, Casey. Right here. Home now. There you go. All right, back to work, baby. Come on.
Kudell walked in the first, fly it out in the third.
Let's go, Casey. Come on, baby. Jump us some. Right here, right now. Home 2-5. Pick us up right here, kid. There you go. Come here, trash can, kid. Let's go, Casey.
So Diaz gets ahead 0-2 to Kudell.
Casey, let's go, baby. It's up with 2. Come on, baby. Right here, right now, Casey. Let's go, baby.
Madole dances off of first. Diaz not paying him any attention. Pickoff throw not in time.
Let's go, Casey. Come on, baby. All right, good work right here, right now, 2-5. Started for us, 2-5. We say, Casey. Right here. Here we go, baby. Come on. Go, 2-5. Let's go. Stay in there, baby. Come on.
Grounder up the middle. Rosales makes a play over to second, out and to first. Not in time. So Rosales records the out at second. Rather, with the assist at second, Hakopian with the putout. Unable to turn 2.
Slow ground ball. So it was a slow ground ball. You have to really rush it going down there. Nice dig over at first base. Because, I mean, Carliner was over there making the play.
Made an excellent dig out at first, but Kudell had a little bit of wheels there, took advantage of that slow grounder. So Chargers fielded it as well as they could have, just the circumstances of the play held them back. Here's Talixon. Kudell running. He'll take that one easy. As Olden unable to come up with a throw. Ball is in the dirt. Ball goes right out of his hand. So runner on second now with 1 out. Count 1-1 to Talixon.
Great jump by the runner.
Yeah, you know, even if Olden did come up with that ball, Kudell had that bag. Strike 2 to Talixon.
1 out. You want to try and hit it. You look at Carliner playing deep over at first base. Hakopian swinging towards second base.
Pick off second, not in time. Kudell just able to get back.
I mean, Hakopian wasn't more than 2 feet off the bag, Albert. I mean, that's what's sort of funny. Let's go back to that pickup play because Hakopian's standing 2 feet to the bag. never moved. And they go to the pickoff play. Next time he comes up, like most second basemen, slaps his glove and then starts backing into the hole as you watch him again. He's the cover man on this play because it's a right-handed hitter. So he'll walk up towards second, and then he backs off where he should be.
High pitch for ball 2 to Tollickson. You know, Carliner, as you mentioned, is playing deep. He's also playing way off the bag, too. I'd say like at least a solid 10 feet off the first base line.
Yeah, look at the hole. They're actually in the second page region.
Big time hole between second and first, and also between first and the line. So Tollickson checks his swing, works the count full.
Edgar Rosales, the shortstop for Cypress, playing extremely deep at short. It's on the outfield skin.
Yeah, right on the boundary between the dirt and the grass. Diaz delivers and gets the strikeout. Much needed strikeout for the Chargers here. 2 down for Irvine Valley. Here's Shane Carey now for the Irvine Valley College Lasers. As Cadell jumps off of second.
Carey 0 for 2 in today's game.
And Rivala's on deck. Diaz gets ahead. First pitch strike.
We talked about Shane Carey leading this team in strikeouts. Struck out his first time up and then lined to left field his last time up.
And through his 2 appearances has nothing to show for it. Another pickoff attempt not in time. Cadell wasn't that far off the bag, so really had no shot at recording the out, but definitely trying to keep him on a short leash. Grounder down, third baseline goes foul.
And Albert and I've already talked about the infield here. Some very high hops that are going here. So you might watch these hitters like they've done now a couple times, Albert, try and beat the ball into the ground at home plate to get that unusual first hop.
Ball in the dirt, 1 and 2 to Carey. Count 1 and 2. 2 out, runner on second. Carey fouls another back.
All over that one, just misses it just a little, hits a little underneath it, but was all over the pitch. So now I'm going down and away with my next pitch.
We'll definitely have the down call right, Mark, but not so much on the outside as that ball was in the dirt. A good 2 feet in front of the plate.
Good thought, good thought.
Count 2 and 2. 2 out, runner on second. Diaz looking to put up a 0 this inning. And Carey works the count full. Diaz steps off the runner, but no throw.
Let's go, Shaner. Come on, baby. Baby, Shane home, you kid. Stay in there, Piper. Let's go, baby.
Goodell leads off a second. Diaz looks for the sign. He's got it. Swung down deep to third, looking over the fence. It is gone. Carey swings on a high fastball on 3-2 and puts it over the left field fence. Big time swing from Shane Carey. Puts the Lasers up over the Chargers 5-3.
And we had discussed it earlier today because the wind is, you look at the flags in center field, are blowing straight out, Albert. It's blowing straight out into left field, too. I asked you earlier because you were here at a game where we watched the ball carry.
And wind changing up a little bit. That one's like the wind seems to be blowing from right to left now. Was blowing from little like left center to right center. So a lot of shifting winds. And that one just caught the yellow tape of the higher end of the left field fence. So a little bit of wind aid there, not quite much, but just enough to hit that one out. So with all that excitement brings up Adrian Ravelas. He goes down 1-2. Fouls that one back.
Keep battling, baby. Come on. Go, Revo. Keep working. Extend this. Come on, Revo. Keep working, baby. Let's go. Revo. Now. Keep up there. By the way. Hey, fight, kids. Revo. Come on, baby.
That ball finds the dirt, 2-2. So Ravelas looking for a pitch to work with as Madole is on deck. Swings at that one, staying with it. In right field is Dean Toiga, who ranges to his right in right center to record the final out here in the top of the second. So big time home run for the Irvine Valley Lasers, puts them up 2 to lead 5-3 over your Cypress Chargers.
Look some of the other games that are going on today in the CCCAA, see if we get any updates. Ohlone playing West Valley. They're up 1-0 in their game. Merced's taking on Fresno City. No score in that game yet. That game's at 6 o'clock tonight. LA Pierce against Ventura. No update there. Barstow against Desert. No update there. Mount Sac, LA Harbor. That game was postponed, so there's no score there. Comes from Miss River and Sarah, 0-0 in the top of the fourth. Moore Park, Santa Barbara. That game is postponed. Mission against San Mateo. It's Mission after 3-1 in the top of the third. Sac City in the top of the third over Modesto, 4-3. San Joaquin Delta in the bottom of the third. Folsom is losing 1-0. Bakersfield is losing their game to Antelope Valley in the bottom of the fourth. El Camino against East LA. Well, it's East LA 2, El Camino nothing. That's in the top of the fourth. American River against Diablo Valley, 3-0, and Victor Valley is knotted up at 1-1.
So as we begin the bottom of the fifth here, Jeremy Wagman continuing to work. Leading off is Brendan Harris. Fouled one back for strike one. Second pitch is a ball, so 1-1 to Brendan Harris. 0 for 2 so far today. Little grounder to shortstop, goes off the glove of Nick Madole. Now that should be an error. He saw that one all the way, backed it up, just didn't look it into his glove all the way. So Harris gets on board with an error to shortstop. Brings up first baseman Noah Carliner. And Carliner, 1 for 2 today with a strikeout. Had a big RBI in the first. Swings through that one. 1-1 the count to Carliner. And Mark, while you were giving us those little scoring updates, I did get a name correction from our coach from Irvine Valley. So at second base, it's Cayetano. Cayetano.
Okay.
It's probably the hardest name we had so far today, but now we know it.
Thank you for letting us know.
Two to 1 to Carliner. Fouls that off his foot. So he's going to take some time out of the box.
You ever done that? You ever hit a foul ball off of your foot?
Fortunately, I never played long enough to have that strength to foul one off my foot, but I know the pain. Swings through that one to go down swinging. Carliner strikes out. So Peter Worth, 1 for 2 on today. Playing left field. And of course was not a factor in that big home run over the left field fence. Would have needed a ladder to bring that one back in. Drills that one down to left center. Going back on the track, over the fence, it is gone.
Well, I guess he had something to say about that one, didn't he, Albert Robles? You just said he had no say in the other one. And he comes up, and that thing was deep. It went over the 386 mark out there, right to the left of the pole, and that thing was going. You should go check and see if your camera's still standing.
Oh, I was watching it the entire time, Mark, hoping to go, please just sail over the camera, sail over the camera. But Peter Worth with a big-time shot ties this game up 5-5 here in the bottom of the fifth. So Chargers and Lasers going toe-to-toe so far in this game. Irvine Valley put up a quick 3-spot in the first, and the Chargers respond in kind. And then in the top of the fifth, we had that big home run to put Irvine Valley up by 2, and then Peter Worth responds the same with another 2-run shot for Cypress. That brings up Dean Toigo in the hole, 0-2 now. Little protection swing, fouls that back and out of play. And Toigo looks at that one right down the middle, goes down looking. So 2 out for the Chargers here in the bottom of the second. That brings up Edgar Rosales. 0-2 today. First pitch swing and fouls that one off.
Well, we ought to call this game carbon copy. Because whatever anybody does in the top of an inning, they follow it in the bottom of the inning. So we could sort of look at it like that right now.
Rosales looks at strike 2. Yeah, so far it definitely has been anything you can do, I can do, but not so much I can do better, as it's been very even this entire game. So something is going to give at some point in this game. Pitch 3 in the dirt, 1-2 to the shortstop.
And again, we have talked about how well the ball carries at this ballpark. Once it gets in the air, if the wind's blowing, even though this is a large ballpark, the ball carries well.
Grounded down the left field side, finds a hole past Madole. So Rosales gets on base with a sharp single. So that brings up Matt Ulliden. One on, 2 out. 5-5 our score here in the bottom of the 5th. First pitch attacking. Comes up whiffing. Wagman checks a runner at first, sets. Ulliden looks at strike 2. Finds the dirt, runner goes, and is caught at second. No chance. So with Rosales getting thrown out at second, that will end the 5th. So to the top of the 6th we go. And what has been a really offensive heavy display of baseball here at Cypress College.
Don't forget, later on this week on SportsNetUSA.net, a little softball. That's right, we're going out to visit Cody. That's right. Her team is in the hunt. I tell you what, you look at Mount Sac as well as they're playing, well, Mount Sac's coming to town over at Cerritos College, and it'll be a battle for first place when they meet each other. And Cody's got her team playing extremely well. That game's going to be on Thursday here on SportsNetUSA.net. And then a little more softball on Friday. Doubleheader. Ventura comes into town. And we'll stay at Cerritos College. So Cerritos softball Thursday and Friday. Mount Sac on Thursday. Doubleheader against Ventura on Friday. All on SportsNetUSA.net. Ed Ford, Albert Robles, the old guy. Not only here today, but we'll be out at Cerritos College Thursday and Friday on SportsNetUSA.net.
So it's going to be Nick Madole leading off the top of the 6th here for Irvine Valley. Sebastian Diaz beginning his 2nd inning of work after putting up 2 runs in the top of the 5th. First pitch in the dirt to the leadoff hitter.
Nick's 0 for 2 today for Irvine Valley. Lined out to second and struck out his last time up in the 4th inning.
And after seeing that home run in the previous inning, Madole looking to and hoping to find another pitch he can work with.
Hey, stick your face on some.
I think if you're a pitcher now, you hold your breath if anybody jacks one and gets it into this wind.
Come on, Nick. Hey, reset. You know, Nico, come on, baby. Come on, Nick.
One and one to Madole. Doesn't look to have the same amount of pop as Carey does, but it's definitely somebody you don't want to let on base. Next pitch also in the dirt, 2-1 to Nick Madole.
Nick plays shortstop the majority of time for this Irvine Valley team.
Nick. On Nick.
That ball just grazes Madole, so he'll be hit by the pitch. So first runner gets on base here for Irvine Valley. That's going to bring up the center fielder Joey Lapola, who's 0 for 1 today.
Yeah, Joey sounded like that guy thumping a watermelon last time up.
Grounded out to third in his first at bat and was hit by a pitch in the fourth rather. Drops a bunt, fielded by Leifer, records the out at first. So with the fielder's choice, the runner will advance to second.
That was a beautiful bunt and give it even a better defensive play over at third base because it's rolling down there. It's going to be a hard play. You pick it up, you throw across your body. As you know, Albert, throwing across your body is hard to make an accurate throw. And it was done there. Great sacrifice. Yeah, you're bunting for a base hit, but I'll give you a sacrifice on it.
Perfectly executed bunt, but Cade Leifer is an exceptional third baseman. Little grounder to short. It's going to prevent the runner from advancing, and Cayetano grounds out to short.
There you go, Sticks.
And again, you look at the way Rosales comes over, make sure he's in front of the ball, picks it up. He actually does look at the runner at second base before he throws to first. Not one of those where you look him back, but you glance at him anyway.
And they're actually going to be taking a look here at Cayetano over at first.
So we've got the trainers out, the athletic trainers out. And, you know, not enough can be said about the athletic trainers on the community college level. They really do care about the athletes, these student athletes, and try and keep an eye on them and help them in any way or form. One of the best is Mr. Cuevas, who we know. Juan Cuevas is the best athletic trainer on the community college level in the state of California.
There we go, Sticks.
And Cayetano able to walk off the field under his own power. Looks to be a little bit of a calf issue on his left leg. And as someone who has dealt with calf issues before, I can tell you it is not fun.
Come here, trash can, kidder. Go. Let's go, Sticks. Up now. Let's go. Up to him. Come on, Hagsy. Let's go. Up now.
First pitch in the dirt to the leadoff hitter, Jack Haggerty. In the top of the order now for Irvine Valley. Diaz finds his own, strike one. So Madole at second. 1-1, 2 out. That ball's in the dirt, but hits the right foot of Jack Haggerty. So another hit by pitch. And since all hit by pitches are dead balls, the runner will also stay at second, unable to advance off the careening pitch. So here's the other Madole. just over Cade Leafer's head. Single to left field. Peter Worth with the throw. Unable to come up with it. So play at the plate, not in time. So Nick Madole scores off the single
Yes, sir. Boy. Yeah.
for number
That's Madole to
27.
Madole.
That's Noah Madole. So there's Nate Madole, number 7.
Hey, here you go, Case.
Then there's Nick Madole, Noah Madole, and then Coach Kent Madole. So with that right there's actually 4 Madoles.
Well, and there's Coach Madole.
It's like so 3 players, then
Yes.
the coach. 4
Yeah, there's
Madoles.
4 of them. Yeah, the other one's a pitcher.
Here you go, Case. Come on, Casey. Let's go. 2-5 on you. Come on, Case. Hey, stick a face on something, kid. Here you go. Pick us up, huh?
So Madole drives in Madole, bringing up Casey Cadell. Irvine Valley up by 1, 6-5 our score. Cadell checks his swing, but that's a called strike 2 anyway.
So your headline would be Madole knocks in Madole to give Coach Madole a victory. Madole to Madole to Madole. There we go. There's our headline for tomorrow.
If the score pans out the rest of the way, that is definitely what it could be. Cadell staying alive, fouls that one off. So Haggerty at second. Noah Madole at first. Casey Cadell at the plate. Talixon on deck. Just misses. 1 and 2 to the first baseman.
That was close.
Hard pitch to take.
Let's go, Casey! Hey, what do you say, Case? Hey, we got 2-5 of you, Case! Home, Case! I'm not kidding, Casey. Let me get 2-5. Hey, what do you say? Here you go! 2-5, let's go, baby! Home down, not me a trash can, kid! Let's go, Casey! Here you go!
Fouled off and out of play. Just misses a passing Tesla.
Casey, let's go, baby! Casey, here we go, you up now. Yep. 1-2-5, let's go, baby. Say, Case. Stay in there, Casey, let's go, baby. Come on, Case. Here we go, Case. Keep battling, baby, let's go.
Diaz delivers. In the dirt. Alden keeps it in front of him. 2 and 2.
Hey, win it, Casey, let's go. 2-5, come on, baby. Seen it well, Case. Seen it well. Little boy. Come on, Casey, here you go. Come on, Casey, let's go, baby. Keep fighting. Hey, let's go, Casey, you're out. Stay in there, 2-5er, let's go. Come on, baby. Let's go, Case. Let's go, Case. Casey. Go! That a big Case. Yeah,
Cadell works to count full 3 and 2.
baby, let's go. Get yours here, kid. Up you.
Nobody warming up in the bullpen for Cypress.
So right now this game is in Diaz's hands. He's been imperfect so far, as he allowed a big 2-run homer to carry in the 5th, and has already allowed 1 run here in the top of the 6th. That pitch out of the zone, and the bases are juiced for Irvine. That brings up the catcher, Talixon. It's 1 for 3 today. Doubled in the first, drove in 2, grounded out to short in the 3rd, and struck out in his most recent at-bat in the last inning.
So conversation on the mound. Ed Ford, Albert Robles, the old guys. Always having conversation here. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Age, baby. Age. Albert's got to sit down. Wait a minute. This is not the 6th inning sit down. What are you doing?
I got old knees. What can I say?
The rest of you is young. The knees are old. Is that it?
Here we go, Tally. Pick us up. Tally.
Varsity track will do that to you. And I was spiked in my knee in my younger days playing baseball, so that also I like to attribute has something to do with it. My knee's a little wonky.
Oh, there you go. Albert with the crazy knee to my left.
Here you go, Tally. Now be a trash can, kid, and go.
Bases loaded for Irvine. Talixon takes first pitch strike.
Come on, baby.
So Haggerty is at third. Madole at second. And Cadell at first.
Pick us up here, huh? What do you say, Tally? Come on, kid.
Talixon at the plate. And the most dangerous hitter of the game so far, Carey, on deck.
Yeah, you got to trust your defense now if you're on the mound.
Defense has basically been reliable all game. Little shaky in the first. Couldn't do anything about it in the fifth, and it's a deep fly ball to center. Honekel sees it all the way into his glove and records the out to end the top of the sixth. So minimal damage done here by Irvine Valley, putting one run up in the top of the sixth. And Mark, the Chargers got lucky there because it could have been a heck of a lot more.
Yeah, they really were. And once again, I mean, you look at your pitcher and say, trust your defense. If we lose, we lose. But let them make the play for you, and they did exactly that. Been a fun game. Both the teams have come to play today. The home runs are always exciting. And, one or two different little bounces, and, we could be sitting here at a 3-3 game. There you go. Now, they're playing a song for you. That's a great song for you to loosen your knees up, get in front of the crowd. Get them all excited. Tell them what we're doing. I mean, if they're actually listening to us, they're excited about the fact we got softball coming up this week. And it's going to be against Mount Sac and Cerritos here on SportsNetUSA.net. The coach is listening to me. I see him peek over to us every once in a while and stare at us and go, I hear you guys here on SportsNetUSA.net. Jason Smith wants to say hi to everybody at Irvine Valley because Jason Smith, my nephew, used to coach at Irvine Valley College in the old days and is now currently coaching at Canyon High School. Smitty traveled, coached at Fullerton College, Irvine Valley College, and went up north. And then came back down here, and now he's at a high school.
So here is Matt Alden to lead off the bottom of the sixth here for the Chargers. Jeremy Wagman starting his sixth inning of work here for Irvine Valley. So Alden at the plate, 0 for 2 today, with Leifer on deck and Akopian in the hole. That's going to be a single to start off the bottom of the sixth here for Oliden.
So Albert, do you drop a bunt here? Do you play that little move the runner to second base?
It's definitely something you can play with. But that's also like where it's struggle now. It's like for a hitter of Cade Leifer's caliber, do you really want to waste his at bat dropping a bunt?
If a runner moves on it, yeah, I'll take it. I'll take it. Put somebody in scoring position with one out, I'll take it.
So Lee for a 288 hitter. With a Copian looming on deck. Pickoff attempt, not in time. So Jeremy out there seems to have caught the attention of Ulliden. Throws that one in the dirt, but doesn't get far enough away for Ulliden to advance.
Well, and that's one of those plays that if you're a runner and you're ready to go and the ball gets kicked any way away from the catcher, you got to be taking off running. You can't, as soon as you hesitate, you're dead in the wind. You've got to come back to shore and get ready for another day of good surfing.
1-2 to Leifer. Grounds it to third. Records the out at second. Not in time at first.
And the problem on that one is Caetano double clutches over at second base. He catches the ball, has problems getting the ball out of his glove, but re-grips it so he can at least make a throw to first base. That's just enough not to turn a double play.
This is going to be a fielder's choice. 5-4. Low ball one to Hakopian. Top of the order here for the Chargers. Grounder to Caetano. Fields it. Records the out at second. Not in time at first again. So fielder's choice, 4-6. And Hakopian on base. 2 out. Brings up Luke Honicle. Honicle takes a first pitch for a strike.
Waist high, right there.
The Chargers have been making contact against Wagman in this second half of the sixth inning. Takes off running is Hakopian, but Honicle fouled back. 0-2. So the defense proving pivotal here for Irvine Valley, but still haven't been able to turn 2 double plays this inning. But luckily they only need 1 more out to get out of this inning. In the dirt, Hakopian takes off. He'll have that bag easy with no throw.
Excellent base running by Hakopian. We just talked about that if a ball gets away from a catcher, you've got to break as soon as it does. He breaks as soon as it hits the dirt, comes off. Nice block behind the plate, but it rolls away from the catcher, and a heads-up runner will always make it to the next base when they take off at the proper time.
Hakopian saw that low pitch all the way, as you said, took off as soon as it hit the dirt. The ball was blocked by Tollickson behind the plate, but it bounced forward, meaning Hakopian had to come out of his little stance and try to pick up the ball and make a throw. He knew better than to even make an attempt. 2-2 to Honicle. Hakopian on second. Grounder to Caetano. Bobbles it and records the out at first. So Wagman escapes the inning, puts up his first 0 since the 4th inning.
And again, Good defensive play by Cayetano. You get your body in front of the ball, you knock the ball down, you reach down, grab the ball, you never look at the runner. Get up and throw it. And because it's a slower runner anyway, running like Corey Nayland down to first base, you have an easy chance to throw somebody out. Exciting first 6 innings. It really has been a fun baseball game today. The weather's been perfect, turned out great. Beautiful turnout, great support from the softball team. They're out here today. The parents are out here today. Cypress College, one of the perennial championships in softball every year. So quality softball players behind you. Their coach has 9 state championships. Been to the championships, not necessarily the final, 27 times. So these are quality student athletes, just like the gentlemen that are on the field today are student athletes. And of course, all the parents that support the young men that are out there. Thank you for coming out to quality baseball at a community college level.
Hey, here we go, 5.
So Cypress is sticking with Diaz here going into the top of the 7th. This will be his 3rd inning of work. And here comes Shane Carey with that big 2-run shot in the top of the 5th. But aside from that home run, he's 1 for 3 today. Struck out in the 1st and flied out in the 3rd. Or sorry, lined out in the 3rd. Takes 2nd pitch for a strike. 1-1 to Shane Carey.
Yeah, but like you said, that was going to be a home run any place.
Go, Shane. Shane, on you.
In the dirt ball 2.
The next one right here. Come on. Come on, Shane. Come on, Fiver. Go, Fiver. Win yours right here. Come on, Shane. You go, Fiver. Go, Fiver.
And Carey looks at strike 2.
Hey, you all right? Top with you right here. Come on, Fiver. You do it. Let's go right here. I'm down. He's fine. Go to work. Extend it,
2
Shane.
and 2 to Carey.
All right, Fiver. Maybe. You do it right here. Go, Shane. Go, Shane. Go, Shane. Go, Fiver. Yeah, spoil. I'm one.
Fouled off down the first base line and out of play. So for Diaz here, you really want to get this first out. Always sets the tone for the rest of the inning. Takes that low and outside. And Carey has worked the count full.
Keep working. Come on, Shane. Let's go, Shane. Keep seeing him. I'm down. Hey, win it right here. Hey, start soft. Win it 90. Let's go, Shane. Let's go, 5. I'm now. Let's go, Carey. Let's go, kid. I'm now. Let's go, Fiver. You got the jam. Let's go, kid. Spoil. On the board.
Sharp grounder down 3rd, out of play.
Shane Carey's got style because, you know, you got stockings in softball. That's the original uniform. He uses the stockings. He takes the uni, goes up to the knees. Doesn't take them looking like a pair of everyday slacks. So he gives that little feeling of baseball, the way he wears his uniform.
Let's go, Gary. Here we go, kid. Let's go, Shane. Let's go, 5. Let's go, 5. Win it, baby. Let's go, kid.
Grounder down the 3rd base line. Leifer has it and records the out at first. So 6-3 to start off the top of the 7th. 5-3, apologies.
Let's go, Revo, back, kid. Let's go, Revo. Let's go, Revo.
So Adrian Ravel is a designated player.
Yeah,
Takes high, ball 1.
let's go, Revo. Gotta work. Come now.
So it's Revelis, Madole, and then Lapola.
And Albert, we do see some action now in the Cypress bullpen.
Let's go, Revo. You got this, kid. Let's go, 2-1.
That's Logan Groff warming up for Cypress. So 1-1.
Let's go, Revo.
2 Revelas. Deep drive to center. Honickel looks it into his glove and records the out. Definitely on a dead run towards center, but didn't have to range too far, luckily for him.
Yeah, he really is a very good center fielder. He gets back on the ball quickly, which is nice about him. He never panics when anything is actually hit hard. It doesn't look like he gets on his horse to chase things down. He's smooth out there, Albert. He's smooth as a center fielder.
So here's Nick Madole. Shows bunt. Doesn't pull it back. Strike 1.
Got hit by that pitch, which started everything. To let them take the lead.
Let's go, Nico. Let's go, Niners. Go, Nico. Yeah!
So Diaz hits Madole right between the shoulder blades to put him on, and that will bring up Joey Lapola.
Wow, that was a better sound than the other one. Whoa.
An unfortunate hit by pitch, as Diaz, for the first time in this game, seemed to actually be in control for once.
Let's go, water on me, kid. Go, one.
So we got 2 out, 1 on, and number 1 at the plate.
Let's go, Joey.
Pop up, Honickel has it all the way. So after 6, it's Chargers 5, Lasers 6. We go to the top of the 7th. Or bottom of the 7th.
Somewhere in the 7th we're going, right?
We're in the 7th.
Somewhere,
We're going to the
somewhere.
bottom of the 7th.
6 runs, 7 hits, 1 error for Irvine Valley. 5 runs, 10 hits, 1 error. I don't know. My scoring might be a little different in my book than it's up there, but
You
hey,
think, it,
you
should,
know, I'll
you
have
think
to-
it should be 2 errors, but it's only 1 error officially.
I'll have to teach a class someday on how to keep score in softball and baseball. Corey Nealon will have to take it. Albert Robles will have to take it. A lot of SIDs I know will have to take it. A lot of ADs will have to take it. You know, so I know one person that never disagrees with me.
Yourself.
He's on the other field, Brad Pickler. He even likes my explanation. So, you know, maybe I need to have Brad over here with me, just standing behind me, pointing and going, yeah, Mark's right. Mark's right.
So we've got a new pitcher for Irvine. It's going to be number 19, Sammy Murphy. And Murphy, through 11 appearances, has an ERA of 5.51, 3 wins and 4 losses. Thrown a lot of innings so far, 49 innings of work over those appearances, with a total of 32 strikeouts.
.6'4". He's got the physique of a pitcher.
So here's Brendan Harris again for Cypress, leading things off in the bottom of the 7th. So it'll be Harris, Carliner, and Worth. And Harris grounds one just past the third baseman, Carey. Unable to range to his left to come up with it. So a quick single again for Harris. Carliner 1 for 3 today. Struck out twice. Turns on that one down deep left field, just over the head of the left fielder for Irvine. And Harris will hold up at third. A nice, quick double for Carliner. And Noah Madole tried to climb the ladder, but it just sailed over his head, landed at the base of the left field wall.
So now the infield will come in for Irvine Valley. Carey comes in at third, Madole at short, Cayetano at second, and Kudell at first. Oh, almost even with the ground. Well, shortstop staying deep. I'm a little surprised on that. In at the corner.
So runners on second and third for Peter Worth. Takes first pitch in the dirt, 1-0.
So I've got to ask you, are you a little surprised? I mean, I know they're in at the corner, but are you surprised that they're playing as deep as they are at short and second?
A little bit. I mean, like, there's really no play that you can make at second base. There's really no reason for you to be playing that deep. Another pitch low, 2-0.
I mean, we know if it gets hit towards the hole, they're going to concede the run at third base. But to me, then you're going to have to take a look at the runner at second. Interesting defense for Irvine Valley.
Worth checks his swing, strike one. So Worth in a good position to make some damage here. As he hit that big two-run shot in the fifth, way over the center field wall. Ball 3. 3-1 to Worth. If you're swinging, you want a nice little cherry to swing at. And Worth works the walk. So the bases are loaded now with no out. So it's Harris at third. Peter Worth at first and Carliner on second. And that brings up the big lefty Dean Toigo. He's going to have a little meeting at the mound here.
And of course, then you want to see the way the defense sets up too. As we get a little cloud coming over, just to you know, cool things off just a little. Nice day today. Hasn't been overly hot. Breeze has been the only thing that has come and gone. Clouds have stayed away. The crowd has come out for both teams. So now they should play at double play depth at short and second, in at the corners, defensively in the infield.
So it looks like they're not taking your advice here. So Madole lined up deep at short, Cayetano midway at second. Toigo looks at strike one.
Well, if it's hit at first and third, you're probably going to take it home. They'll come back to you at first base. They'll try a double play that way. If it's hit to short or second, they're gonna go for the traditional 6-4-3 or 4-6-3 double play.
With Toigo being a lefty, most likely 4-6. Strike two just on the outside corner.
That's if he hits the ball.
So Toigo not that eager to swing just yet, but he definitely wants a good piece of something. Chopper just off the foot of Toigo.
So Haggerty in right, Lapola in center, Madole in left. So if the ball lands, see how good the outfield's arms are for Irvine Valley.
We'll see how speedy Carliner can be. We know he has some wheels on him. That's fouled out of play.
Again, I'm gonna go one down and away on this pitch.
Toigo gets a piece of that one, drilled towards center. Tagging up from third is Harris. He will score. So mark that a sac fly to center.
But note of the other runners advance. So it was nice. They let the runner score. They held everybody else where they were at. Now there's runners at first and second with one out.
Yeah, that bolt stayed nice and shallow, so Carliner unable to advance. So runners on first and second. That's popped up by first base.
And an infield fly rule was called on that by the first base umpire. And for those individuals that will wonder why an infield fly rule is good, it's a deception rule. So the ball gets hit to the first baseman. He closes his glove at the last second. The ball hits the ground, drops in front of him. He throws the second. They throw back to him. Double play, you're out of the inning. So the hitter is automatically out on the player. The runners can advance at their own peril.
So Cadell records the putout. You can mark Rosales pop out to 3. And that brings up the catcher, Matt Alladin. 2 on, 2 out for Alladin. Drill towards left center. Madole sees it all the way into his glove. So Alladin lines out to 7, but the Chargers come away with 1 run and tie it up 6-6. And we go to the top of the 8th.
Don't forget, we'll have more Cypress College softball on sportsnetusa.net. We'll see if there will be any more Cypress College baseball. Make sure you check the home page. The days are always set out in advance, 5 days ahead of time on the schedule by Ed Ford. So if you're wondering what's coming up, 4 days ahead, 4 more baseball games, 7. April 7th, another baseball game. Ed's trying to give me hand signals. I'm looking at him like an umpire. I have no idea what you're talking about. So April 7th, we'll have another baseball game here and more Cypress College softball here on sportsnetusa.net. Cerritos College softball here on sportsnetusa.net. And then when the playoffs come, the seedings come around for who's going to go where when we get done with an 8 versus a 1. We'll let you know what games we will be doing for that on the softball side, and we'll see if there's any on the baseball side. All here on sportsnetusa.net. Ed Ford, Albert Robles, and the old guy here with the action in an exciting 6-6 game as we head to the top of the 8th. Albert Robles, well, we'll see who can get on the board next.
And we got a new pitcher inbound for Cypress. It's going to be number 29. And of course, there's Logan Groff. ERA of 2.93 on the season so far. 1 win through 11 appearances and 15 innings of relief. And we've seen Logan pitch in previous games for Cypress, and he's done quite well. And with the score being the way it is, I'd say he's one of the better relief pitchers that you'd want on the mound for Cypress.
Yeah, and this is really now, when you look at Cypress, you got back in the game, you've tied it up, you need to close the door on Irvine Valley.
Hey, get you something good, Nolan. Come on, baby. Come on, Nolan. I'm good. Right now, baby. Hey, jump on
So
some,
Nolan
Come on,
Kusi
baby.
pinch hitting here.
Face on something, kid. What you say right now?
He takes strike one. And so Kusi is taking over for Cayetano,
Let's go, Nolan. Come on, baby.
who had injured himself a few innings ago.
Let's go, Nolan. Jump on something, baby. Hey, boy, it's great. Leave. Atta boy. Hey, get yours right here. 10 them now. Hey, right here, right now, Nolan. Jump on something, you. Come on, Nolan. Let's go, baby.
Fouled away, 1-2.
Stay up there, Nolan. Come on, baby. Hey, battle for us right now, baby. Come on, Nolan. Let's go, baby. I'm Coos. Come on, Nolan. I got 10. Come on, here we go. Hey, battle for us, Nolan.
Groff sets. A great diving attempt by Peter Worth. Comes up short, goes in and out of his glove.
Hit.
Come on, Hagsy, let's go, baby.
Great hit for Nolan to start off this inning for Irvine Valley.
Hey, right here, right now.
We're
Hags.
back
Come
at
on,
the
baby.
top of the order here for Irvine as Haggerty shows bunt. Fouls that one off down the third base line.
And if you're going to sacrifice yourself as a bunter, remember you catch the ball with your bat when you're dropping that bunt. You deaden it coming to you. So you literally put your bat out in front and then catch the ball. You receive the ball on your bat to deaden it.
Leifer ready to crash at third. Haggerty takes that low, 1-1.
Here's what a lot of batters do too, and you just saw it then. They pull the bat back and they pull the barrel back instead of taking everything back, even if it's going to be a non-attempt.
Come on, baby. Go, Hags. Come on, baby.
Haggerty shows swings away. Rosales fields it. No play at second, but records the out at first.
Go, Moose. Come on, Moose. Pick us up, Here go, Moose.
So fielder's choice 6-3.
He's just out 6-3.
Just 6-3.
You can't assume a double play. You can't assume you get the lead runner, but you get the out of the batter. It's a 6-3 put up. The runner advances on the out.
Hey, jump on some Moose. Come on, baby. Come on, Moose.
So Kusi is at second now.
Right here, right now.
And here's Noah Madole.
Come on, baby. Hey, what do you say, Moose?
Swings through the first pitch for strike one.
And really give Haggerty a lot of credit because showing the bunt, he got the infield moving, and that allowed him to get the runner to second, even if he was thrown out at first.
It's an excellent play, yeah, because like he showed bunt, took it back, swung away.
Jump
Yeah.
on some right now, Moose.
Yeah.
Let's go. Let's go, Moose. Let's go, Moose. Let's go more. Come on, Noah.
Strike two called on the outside corner.
All right. Two-strike approach. Two-strike approach. Come on, baby. Go two up, babe. You do 2-7.
0-2 to Madole.
Let's go, Moose. Hey, battle for us right now, Moose. Come on, baby. Stay in there, Moose. Stay in there, baby. Find a way, 2-7. Let's go.
Groff steps off the rubber, checks her under at second, but no throw.
Come on, Moose. Battle for us, baby. Let's go. Stay in there, Moose. Come on, baby. Keep battling, baby. Atta boy.
Fouled back.
Come on, Moose. Let's go, baby. Hey, right here, right now, Moose. Come on, baby. Battle for us. Tough for 2, baby. Let's go. Come on, Moose. Right here, right now. Moose, come on, baby. Right here, right now, 2-7.
Vidal fouls that one back again.
All over the ball. You have the coach coaching him, telling him to stay relaxed. You're all over the ball. Stay relaxed. Don't tighten up. You're in control at the plate. Look at the defense for Cypress. Straight away at center, left, and right. Good arms in the outfield for Cypress with Worth, Honicle, and Torglo. Great at bat, Albert.
Vidal battling. Hasn't seen a single ball yet, but has fouled off at least 3.
Stay in there, Moose. Come on, baby. Hey, right here, right now, 2-7. Let's go, Moose. Come on, baby. Hey, we got Moose up now, kid. Stay in there, Moose. Come on, baby.
Looks at that one high. First ball, 1-2.
Get yours, kid. There you go. Let's go, Moose. Hit them hard right now, baby. On the way, Moose. Let's go, baby. On you. Go, kid. Hey, right guy, right spot, 2-7. Right here, right now, 2-7. Let's go, Moose. Come on, baby. Stay in there, Moose.
Nolan Kuzi leads off of second. Groff delivers. Just misses. Ball 2.
Keep working, baby. Stay in there.
2-2 to Vidal. 1 on, 1 out. Fouls it off again.
Moose, keep working.
It's one of the better at bats we've seen all game so far, Mark.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, he's battling up there, staying relaxed at the plate. Doesn't look like he's pressing or anything else.
And a key at bat here with a chance for Irvine to go up by 1. Pickoff attempt, not in time.
Right here, right now, Moose. Come on, baby. Come on, Moose. Pick us up, dog. Hey, pick us up, 2-7.
Groff has a nice little move to second.
You look good. Go, Moose. Hey, you're looking good. Look good.
Kuzi not taking that much of a dangerous lead. Singled up the middle between third and short. That finds a hole. Play at the plate. He's out. Peter Worth with the assist and record the putout for Matt Alden with the play at the plate. 2 out.
Well, we just talked about the arms in the outfield, and it was shown right there.
Peter Worth with a cannon of a throw from deep left to record the out at home.
And here's the unsung thing.
Let's go, Casey. Come on, man.
You ended up having Leeper come down as the cutoff person. Somebody had to yell at him because you saw him stick up his right hand to catch the ball, and somebody yelled, yeah, he brought it down, Albert, exactly. Albert saw it too. Somebody yelled at him, no, no, no. Because if he cuts that off, the runner scores. So whoever called it or was directing traffic to Cypress defensively, what a great call on telling your third baseman to let it go.
Either somebody called it or he read that line. It's like, oh no, this has got a chance.
Could be. You could be absolutely right on that.
Another pickoff attempt at first, not in time. And so we do have a substitution, so it's Bradley Wilkinson now at first, pinch running for Madole.
Come on, Casey, let's go, baby. Go 2-5er. Come on. Let's go, Casey. Come on, Case. Come on, Casey. Let's go, baby. So, Case. Hey, let's go 2-5. I'm new. Let's go 2-5.
Fouled off, 0-1.
All right. Come on, Casey, let's go, baby. Come on. Jump on something, Casey. Let's go, baby. Your pitch. You set up right here. Come on. Hey, bro, something up, Casey. Come on, baby. Hey, here we go, Case. Right here, right now, Casey. Let's go. Good boy. Go with Brad.
Another quick throw from the catcher, not in time. So 1-1 to Cadell.
Jump on some, Casey. I'm you. I'm not Case. Right here, right now, Casey. Let's go, baby. I'm not Case.
1 for 3 today with a walk. Pickoff looked to be in time, but the ball escaped, so
Keep working, 2-5er. Come on, Casey. Let's go, 2-5er. Let's go,
he
baby.
will be safe.
Case. Okay. Hey, let's go, Casey. Come on. Hey, jump on some, Casey. Let's go. Hey, we got 2-5. I'm you, kid. Hey, love you, get 2-5. Let's go, Casey. Good, Casey. Come on, 2-5. Back. Hey, right here, right now, Casey. Let's go, baby.
Groff.
With two outs, Albert. Don't get so preoccupied with that runner.
Hey, jump on some, Casey. Your pitch. Come on, 2-5.
You definitely want him on the back of your mind, but you don't want to take your sole focus away from your hitter.
1-2-5. Back. Come on, Casey. Let's go, baby.
Cadell walked in the first, flied out in the third,
Hey, jump on some.
grounded into a fielder's choice in the fifth, and singled in the sixth.
Get you something good, Casey. Come on, baby.
Wilkinson takes off.
Big Brad.
No throw.
Come on, boy. Yeah, Brad. I'm there he is, Case. Got off for us. You can do it, 2-5. Come on.
So 1-2 to Cadell. Runner on second, 2 out.
Hey, find a way, Casey. Let's go, 2-5. Find a way, I'm at 2-5. Do it, 2. Find a way,
Outfield
Case.
steps in. All three outfilders, after that stolen base, took a step in towards the infield in unison for Cypress.
Yeah, all
It's pretty
outfield
wild.
playing at mid-range depth now.
That was pretty wild.
Come on, baby. Hey, look it down. Come on, Case. Come on, Case.
Call strike 3. Down goes Cadell. And to the bottom of the 8th we go. We are tied 6-6 here from Cypress College. You're watching Cypress Baseball live on SportsNetUSA.net. I'm Albert Robles, joined by Mark Pavlovich and, of course, Ed Ford, our boss, always here, always present.
We looked at some of the way these teams flesh out against each other. And some of the leaders around the league, when you look at batting average, it's a player over at Santa Ana. Thompson is the leader in batting average at 442. Harris, 422 here at Cypress. Cadell at Irvine Valley is one of the leaders in batting average. Hakopian was there. As things, when you look at ERA, well, it's Butler at Riverside, Wilford at Saddleback, Flores at Riverside at 2.4. Runs batted in, Bardwell at Riverside, and then Saddleback's got a couple people up there with DeSen with 32, Ashworth from Santa Ana with 30, Wilford again as a pitcher with 6 wins from Saddleback. Armstrong's got 6 for Fullerton. Perez has got 5 from Santa Ana. And Farmer's got 5 from Saddleback. Some of your individual leaders here in the OEC in some of the categories. And when you look at the state polls, well, it's Ohlone in first, San Joaquin Delta, that's the North Pole, Folsom, Fresno, Skyline, Feather River. And when you look at the South Pole, it's Saddleback, Santa Ana, Glendale, Fullerton, Palomar, Riverside, Orange Coast, and Pasadena. Those are your state polls for baseball here on SportsNetUSA.net.
So here's Cade Leifer leading things off for Cypress in the bottom of the 8th. Fouls first pitch off for strike 1. Murphy still on the mound working for Irvine Valley. Leifer 0 for 3 today. Who flied out, popped out, and grounded out, and grounds that one past Nick Modell, sorry. That's his first hit of the day.
"13 hits for Cypress in this game. So they've been swinging the bat today. 13 big hits for this team offensively.
Cypress definitely leading the hit parade, but could definitely use some more timely hits. That pitch goes wide. And Leifer will take second easily. And I know I said pitch, but I meant pickoff. So pickoff from Murphy goes wide over the first baseman's head, and that allows Leifer to advance.
Yeah, and you sort of wonder, you go, again, I mean, I'm watching the coach shake his head. Again, you know, not really a big threat, but now you put somebody in scoring position.
Yeah, so Leifer not really much of a running threat on the bases, but Hakopian is a danger at the plate, who shows bunt and fouls it off.
So you look at the defense for Irvine Valley. Goodell on the grass because of a possible bunt attempt. Shane Carey just about a half a step in front of the bag at third. Then Madole and Cayetano even with the bag at second.
Bunt works, fielded by Murphy. He throws it away. And Leifer scores easily. Murphy tried to make the throw to third and catch Leifer off guard, but it sails past the third baseman, Shane Carey. So that should be a throwing error on Murphy.
Yeah, he won.
That allows the runner to score, so it will still be an unearned run, but a run nonetheless. And Hakopian now stands at first.
And Albert, this is one of the things too, when the ball comes back to you with a pitching change coming on here for Cypress.
That's going to be number 37, Austin Chapman for Irvine Valley. 6'5" freshman out of Mission Viejo High School.
You know, one of the things you always learn when you have a ball hit in a bunt, you look at the bag, you got to know you're going to get the person. There's no if, ands, or doubt. If not, you look that way, go get the one out at first.
He definitely had a chance, but I think he rushed it a little bit too much. But even then, it was kind of a long shot.
Yeah, I mean, when I saw him go to third, I sort of went, you know. And I'm not saying that because an error was made. It's just one of those things. Sometimes concession is a sign of valor sometimes. You know, hey, I can't do it. I'll get the obvious out.
Yeah, like when in doubt, go for the easy out. And not to say that Hakopian is an easy out, but he was the easier out compared to trying to get Leifer out at third, where you'd have to get a tag compared to a force at first.
Yeah, and realize he's giving himself up. So, you know.
So you take the out, you strand, like, hopefully then strand the runner at third.
Yeah, exactly. Well, now you make Cypress make a decision. I mean, are we going to squeeze? Do we hope we have somebody up there that can hit a fly ball? And then you count on the really solid defensive arms that Irvine Valley's got. Seven runs, 14 hits, 1 error. 6 runs, 9 hits, 3 errors for Irvine Valley. That last error so far, the biggest hurt so far in this game. All of them hurt, don't get me wrong. So you can't point the finger at a person in a loss, you know. And here's the thing too, Albert, in making that error, not taking the out, now you've got another runner on base.
And Akopian is the base running threat compared to Leifer. Little Baltimore chop goes, apparently is ruled in play. It looked fouled off to me.
Yeah, I thought it was in the running lane is where he fielded it.
But Akopian will advance to second. Honagle grounds out. Here's Brendan Harris now with 1 out, runner on second. First pitch swinging, fouled off. Bombadil looks to chase it down. No, out of play.
So nobody warming up for Cypress. They're up by 1, so we'll see if they have anybody warming up when we start the 9th.
Harris takes high for ball 1. Big pop-up. Badol calls everyone off and records the out.
And boy, howdy, I like a captain of an infield. That's what you saw from Adol, being the captain of the infield. He saw it. Everybody else started to make a move. He yelled it off. It was his because you could hear it from here. I got it. And the captain took over to get that second out.
Communication and being as vocal as possible is critical for an infield defense. So Carliner takes a first pitch for a strike. Second pitch low, ball 1. 1-1, 2 out, runner on second. Carliner at bat. Worth on deck.
And you just want to give up that 1 run right now. As silly as that always sounds when somebody says it. Because that means you're always going to bring the tying run up to the plate in the next inning.
Carliner swinging for the fences with that swing. But only makes contact with air 1 and 2. Chargers do lead by 1, but they would very much love an insurance run here. Swings through that one, strike 3. That will end the inning. After 8, it's Irvine Valley 6, Cypress Chargers 7. To the top of the 9th we go. And no pitching change for Cypress, so it's going to be Logan Groff here still to keep things going in the ninth.
So your catcher for Irvine Valley is going to start things off, followed by your designated hitter. And then, hey, we already called him the captain of the infield, so let's just call him the captain. Followed by your shortstop for Irvine Valley. And those will be your first three. Oh, I skipped their third baseman. Maybe that's because I wouldn't want to pitch to him.
So it's going to be Talixon, Carey, and then Rivales. Groff gets ahead, first pitch strike, finds the outside corner. Second pitch in the dirt. 1-1 to Talixon. Talixon 1 for 4 today. Doubled in the first. Grounded out, struck out, flied out. Takes away ball 2.
Battle right here, kid. I'm now. Keep batting. Fight for us, 1-8. Start right here, kid. 90 here. I'm now.
2-2 to number 18.
Let's go, kid. Right here, right now. 1-8. Come on, Tally. Battle 2. Let's go. Tally.
Pop up out of play. Talixon staying alive. Swings Toigo. Didn't have to really move all that much, but he definitely fought the sun the entire way through, looking through his glove, but records the out.
There you go, Fiber.
So that'll be scored an F9 to Talixon. Here comes Carey. Had the biggest hit of the game so far for Irvine Valley back in the 5th inning with that 2-run shot over the left field wall. Groff sets, delivers. Just misses ball 1.
Get yours, kid. Here you go. Tell me a trash can, kid. What do you say, huh?
Yeah, and all he wants is a hit. Doesn't need to drive it. Needs to just get that base hit. Give them an opportunity to tie this game.
Yeah, the biggest thing he can do right now is get on base. Deep fly. Toigo ranges way to his right and right center, records the out. So Irvine Valley down to their last out now. So that brings up the designated player for Irvine Valley. That's Adrian Rivales. Gonzalez takes low and inside, ball one.
I'm now 2-1. Go, Adrian.
Pop up down third base line, out of play. Groff gets his sign. Chopper down first. So as Carliner fields it, throws it to Groff at first, records the out, and that is the game. So 3-1 put out at first, and that's going to do it. So Cypress hangs on to defeat Irvine Valley by a final score of 6-7. A great win for Cypress here today.
Yeah, it really did. As Cypress comes back, they stay in the mix of things here by getting that victory because they're right there anyway. They have 7 runs, 14 hits, 1 error. Irvine Valley, 6 runs, 9 hits, and 3 errors. Huge victory for the Chargers as they come away with a victory over Irvine Valley.
Yeah, fun game overall. Lots of hits, 2 great big home runs by both teams, and just a heck of a game on both sides, both offensively and defensively. A lot of great defensive picks made on the left field side of the field.
Yeah, so Irvine Valley stays down at the bottom and Cypress goes a little further up the line. So for all of you listening today, your Chargers come away with a victory against Irvine Valley. For Ed Ford, for Albert Robles, for the old guy, you've been watching Charger Baseball on SportsNetUSA.net.